In 2023, according to the National Survey on Drug Use and Health, about 19.9% of youth ages 14 to 15 reported having at least one drink in their lifetime.
You should not drink when you're underage because it could cause serious health problems as you get older, and so you don't end up looking like your 90-year-old grandpa when you're 20 years old. I'm Audra.
And I'm Melody.
And today on Mocktails on Mic Drops, we're going to be talking about alcohol, tobacco, nicotine, peer pressure, and refusal skills.
Cigarettes are made of a lot of different chemicals that are not good for you, and tobacco is one of the chemicals inside of the cigarette.
Smoking chronically deprives the skin of oxygen and nutrients, so some smokers appear pale while others develop uneven coloring.
These changes can begin at any age. There are more than 4,000 chemicals in tobacco. Many of these chemicals trigger the destruction of collagen and elastin. These are fibers that your skin strength and elasticity.
Smoking or being around smoking, secondhand smoke, degrades the building blocks of the skin. Smoking doesn't only damage the appearance of your face, it can also take a toll on your figure. As skin loses its elasticity, parts that were once firm may begin to droop.
Tobacco kills more than 8 million people each year, including an estimated 1.3 million non-smokers who are exposed to secondhand smoke. All forms of tobacco are harmful, and there is no safe level of exposure to tobacco. Cigarette smoking is the most common form of tobacco used worldwide. Other tobacco products include water pipe tobacco, cigars, cigaroos, heated tobacco, roll your own tobacco, pipe tobacco, BDs, and critiques. The smokeless tobacco products.
Drinking dangers. Alcohol is the most widely used substance among America's youth and can cause them enormous health and safety risks. The short-term effects consist of slurred speech, drowsiness, vomiting, diarrhea, upset stomach, headaches, breathing difficulties, and distorted vision and hearing. The long-term effects consist of alcohol poisoning, high blood pressure, stroke, and other heart-related diseases, or cirrhosis, nerve damage, increased risk of STIs, and unplanned pregnancies.
Alcohol use often begins during adolescence and becomes more likely as adolescents age in 2023. About 1 in 100 adolescents aged 12 to 13 reported drinking alcohol in the past month, and about 1 in 200 engaged in binge drinking. Among the respondents ages 16 to 17, fewer than 1 in 5 reported drinking, and fewer than 1 in 10 reported binge drinking.
Peer pressure is when your peers, the people around you, make you do something that maybe you don't want to do, but you feel like you can't be their friend if you don't do it, so you do it anyway.
If your friends are trying to peer pressure you to do something you don't want to do, you shouldn't be their friend anymore. Our friends should let you make your own decisions on what you want to do.
Screening youth for alcohol and use an AUD is very important and may prevent problems down the road. Screening by a primary care provider or other health practitioner provides an opportunity to identify problems early and address them before they escalate.
It also allows adolescents to ask questions of a knowledgeable adult. Refusal skills are strategies for handling peer pressure. What to say. They just confidently say no and change the topic and suggest an alternative activity. If they won't listen to you, then just leave, because if they are not listening to you, they are not a true friend.
If they say, "If you love me, you'll do this," you have to reverse the pressure and say, "If you love me, you won't pressure me to." Ignore them. Just totally ignore them and don't respond to texts.
Change the subject to something totally different, because if you can distract them, they are likely to forget about it. Go get help. If they still said you have to, then ask someone for help.
It's a good idea for teens to practice refusal skills. Practicing helps them decide which skills they're comfortable using. We can practice refusal skills by role-playing or discussing peer pressure scenarios.
Teens can respond to the situation saying or acting out the refusal skills they choose. Ask your teen how they felt using refusal skills. Talk about possible outcomes or preventative tactics they can use, or talk to your parent about scenarios step by step. Hey, you want some?
Freeze.
Warning, this is not a vape, this is a pencil.
No thanks. Did you hear about Miranda got kicked off the basketball team?
No way, really? Notice how she confidently said no and used her refusal skills to keep herself safe?
Also, notice how she changed the topic and directed it to something else. Okay, who am I here with?
Miss Kent.
Okay, so have you ever been exposed to smoking and how might it affect your health?
So sadly, I have been. When I was in elementary school, smoking used to be allowed in restaurants. So I was eating out with my family and I would be exposed to it, and it was horrible. Now, thankfully, that's changed. But if people are exposed to it for a long period of time, there are really, really bad side effects. It's secondhand smoking, just as bad as smoking.
I'm here with.
Senior CAD.
What would you do if someone offered for you to smoke?
I would turn them down and tell them how bad it is for them and that they shouldn't be doing it either.
Thank you.
Who am I here with?
Miss Towns.
Okay, so has anyone ever tried to peer pressure you into doing something you didn't want to do?
Yeah, when I was in high school. Do you want me to tell the whole story?
Yeah.
Okay. So the story goes is that some friends were having a party and they really wanted me to be there, and then I knew that there was going to be drinking there, and so I went to my parents and I said, "Hey, just tell me not to go because I know that I shouldn't go." And they said, "Okay, don't go." So I went to my friends later and I was like, "They said I can't go," and so it worked really, really well, and they never knew.
You should not drink or smoke as you are underage. You should stay away from people who peer pressure you, and you should work on your refusal skills.
It is good to make good choices when you are young so you don't get addicted when you are older and have bad habits.
Thank you for listening to our podcast.
See you next time.
And the music.